What's good, everybody? It's D Brown Shanheim, and it's August, so y'all know what that means. That means we getting those NBA 2K developer blogs. And today, we got the very first one, and this one has been focused on My League. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about from this blog was something that we discussed, I think, last week. We were talking about how they basically ruined the My League Online by stripping all of its off-season features. They stripped the mode like bare. There's a lot of things that were in the game mode years ago that isn't in it now. And so one of the first things that they announced in this new My League developer blog was that they would be revamping the entire off-season system of My League Online, but not actually. What they'll be doing really is just taking all of the features, the all-season features, free agency, the draft, all of the regular stuff from regular NBA. They're taking that from the non-on league. Let me slow down and take my time, because I'm kind of excited to tell y'all. But what they're basically doing is just taking the off-season from the non-online My Leagues and just reintroducing it, which is dope to me, because if you got a stubborn mom, you'll understand this. I have a stubborn mom, so if you ever try to get your mom to do something a different way than what they're used to doing, she would look at you like you was a nincompoop, and no, she's not gonna listen to you because she's stubborn, right? So the 2K developers are stubborn, and them changing this, even though I know it didn't have anything to do with my video, it's just like, we finally got one. Like my stubborn mom finally listened to me, and I know I should be happy about this, but it kind of makes me think of a thing I used to say about certain video games like Call of Duty and 2K. But if you take a feature out of a game, right, and then a few years later you reintroduce that feature, it's not a new feature. We've seen this before. We're not just gonna forget that you could do this 2 games ago, nigga. We're not gonna forget. I'm getting a little too into it, but no, that's not a new feature. You don't reward a fish for swimming. You don't give somebody a reward for doing something they're supposed to do. Y'all should have never taken it out. But this video is not about slandering 2K. At least they put it back in, right? And also, I'm not covering everything that they talked about in the developer blog. So if you want to read the thing in its entirety, in the description, I will put the link to the
English, mother. Do you speak it?
Yeah.
The link is in the description, because I'm not going over all of that stuff. I don't even play My League that much. They also said they did a complete revamp of the NBA draft. So that means that it's going to be a completely, the draft has basically looked the same for years now. But they say they finally changed it so it's not so agonizing to sit through. Because I don't know about y'all, but everybody I know taps Y to get to either their pick, or if it's my career, they wait till they're drafted and they just skip the rest of the draft. So now they're saying that, this won't be necessary because it'll be actually interesting. So, I guess that's cool, It's cool. And we'll also be getting a new creative player system, which is, I would say long overdue, but 2K18, they revamped it and they made a new one, which was better than the old one. It was way better than our old creative player system in 2K. But in comparison to some of the creative players in pretty much any other sports game, the creative player in NBA 2K18 is very lacking. Some of y'all might have heard of this dude, but there's a guy called the Infamous NY who he does a lot of cool mods, and he creates players and rosters and everything. And a while ago, I saw him do this thing on Twitter where he created Zion Williamson in MLB The Show, right? And then he created Zion Williamson, or attempted to, in NBA 2K18. And yeah. One of these things are not like the other, you know what I'm saying? Like 2K, they gotta fix it, but hopefully they'll be fixing it this year. I don't really use the creative player feature like that because, I just don't. But when paired with this, I almost forgot it. See, that's why you gotta start paying attention to your notes, bro. But anyway, I almost forgot. They are also bringing back Player DNA. Player DNA, if you don't remember, is basically you could create a player and you could upload that player to the 2K server and people could download that player. And back in the day, what the main use of this was people created like celebrities. People created like Tupac, Michael Jackson, like anybody you could think of. If you went to Player DNA and search their name, you could find them. Will Smith, anybody, bro, anybody. And they're finally bringing it back. And it's dope as hell, but once again, it was in the game before, my guys. Y'all should have never taken it out. And the last thing I want to discuss with y'all from the developer blog, which, like I said, I'm not talking about everything on it. They talked about a whole lot more, like pages of information. Like it's in the description if you want to read it for yourself. I read it, but I'm only going over the things I find to be interesting, But the last thing I want to tell y'all about is that they are introducing into the My League of NBA 2K19 historical draft classes all the way from, I think they said 1976 up until now. You can, when you like at the end of the season when you're importing your draft class or whatever, you also have the option to do fictional ones or the upcoming ones, like, you know, the upcoming rookies, or you could put any draft class from 76 up until now. And I saw one of the developers was talking about what he did. He said that in his My League, every season he went back and he made the draft class. The first draft class to come in was 76, and he went all the way through. He did 40 years, and he said it was dope seeing, like, you know, who's gonna draft Kobe, who's gonna draft Bron, who's gonna draft all of these legends, who's gonna draft all these people. Which sounds dope to me. I won't lie, that sounds dope. That sounds like a very fun. That sounds like something I would do when I was a kid, like when I was into like the Dynasty and the Association and all of the My League, like the My GM modes. That sounds like something I would have done. But that's dope though. That's for sure dope. That we'll see some cool stuff with that from the My GM side of YouTubers, of 2K YouTubers. They should be able to do some pretty cool stuff with that. So that's pretty cool, bro. I'm not gonna hype the game. Y'all know me. I'm not hyping it, but we talking about it. We gonna discuss here. So so far, bro, you know, with this developer blog, y'all did some cool stuff. Reintroduced some features that, you know, that were in the game before that we all love. So kudos, 2K. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Join the Shenheim fam today by subscribing. And as always, I'm D Brown Shenheim. And I'm up out of here, man.
Always confident, there's nothing that I mentally fear except giving into new trends. Never look for new friends, cause I don't wanna ride with some loose ends. I barely pay a rent, but it don't matter. They tell me bring a plate, but I'ma show up with the platter. Here's the ladder to success, better grab it before it's too late. I'ma be a multi-million-dollar man while you hate. Don't ask who's great, I'm in your vicinity. Privacy.